Hey guys, it's Miss Johnson here, and I'm here to bring you your video for our learning target of solving inequalities. The first example at the top of your notes page says Cooney is trying to decide between two rate plans offered by a wireless phone company. The first question says write an inequality to compare the price of plan 1 to the price of plan 2. So we want to think about what is the price that we're going to spend on just the plan. If we're going to spend $35 on plan 1 and $55 on plan 2, then obviously plan 1 is going to be less expensive. If we take a look at question number 2, we want to compare the additional minutes. So if we compare the additional minutes to plan 1 to plan 2, for plan 1 we have 40 cents per minute, but that's for minutes that are above and beyond the 400 that are included. So I need to take the number of minutes and subtract that first 400 because I don't actually spend 40 cents extra on them. Plan 2, we have 35 cents per minute on minutes above and beyond 650 because the first 650 are included. Now, writing an inequality for this one is hard. We don't know which inequality symbol to pick because it depends on what number of minutes we spend. So, or what number of minutes we talk on the phone, I should say. So if I take a look at question number 3, number 3 says if Cooney knows that she will use no more than 400 minutes per month, which plan is best for her? Well, that's an easy one. If she's only going to use 400 minutes per month, plan 1 includes 400 minutes and it's only $35. So that one, plan 1, is an easy one. But if I take a look at plan or number 4, then it says if she uses 1,000 minutes per month, which plan is best for her? So what I need to do is figure out which plan is going to be cheaper. So I'm going to write a new inequality that's going to answer that question. For plan 1, I know that I'm spending $35, but I'm also spending 40 cents for 1,000 minutes minus 400 that are already included. For plan 2, I know I'm spending $55, and to that I'm adding 35 cents for the number of minutes over 650. So I'm going to plug in that 1,000, and again I want to know which one is greater. So I need to solve all of these. When I go through and solve these, I can plug them into my calculator to decide. I end up spending $275, yikes, on plan 1 and $177.50 on plan 2. So what I've learned is that plan 2 is going to be a little bit cheaper, so that would be a better option for her if she's going to talk that much on the phone. All right, so solving inequalities is just like solving an equation except for one very important rule. When we think about solving inequalities, we need to make sure that we graph the inequality and choose the correct sort of shading options. So let's take a look at number 5 and just start there. In number 5, we are solving the inequality 11y minus 9 is greater than 13. So when I'm going to solve this, I'm going to start the same way I would as if it were an equation. This is my middle. I'm going to add 9 to both sides. I have 11y, and 13 plus 9 gives me 22. And then again, same as equations, I divide by 11. This is where I need to stop and check though. I'm going to have y left over. I need to take a look at what you're dividing by. Look at what you're dividing or multiplying by. This is one of those funny rules that we need to make sure we account for. If it's negative, if we're dividing by something negative, we need to make sure that we flip our inequality symbol. So in this case, we're dividing by something positive, so my inequality symbol is going to stay the same, and 22 divided by 11 is in fact 2. And then I want to go ahead and graph this on the number line. It's always helpful on your number line if you have 0 somewhere. It doesn't need to be in the middle. It's just helpful to have like a reference point. So if I put 0 down here and then I count by 1, you also don't always have to count by 1. In this case, I'm only going up to 2, so it's pretty easy to do that. But I'm going to use an open circle. And for those of you who forgot those rules, you want to use an open circle for less than or greater than, and you want to use a closed circle for less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. So in this case, I want an open circle, and my solutions are all of the y values. Those are greater than the 2. So that means I'm shading up here to the right. So I just shade in my arrow, and there it is. Let's take a look at number 6. I want to graph the inequalities. 7x plus 9 is greater than or equal to negative 12. 7x plus 9 is greater than or equal to negative 12. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract the 9. I have 7x is greater than or equal to negative 21. And then I divide by 7. And remember, you always have to take a look at what you're dividing by. In this case, I'm dividing by a positive again. I started with a negative, but that's not what I'm actually dividing by. I'm dividing by positive 7, so my inequality symbol stays the same. So I have greater than or equal to negative 3. And again, I want to graph it, so I'm going to drop 0 on my number line. This time I'm going to put it up a little higher because I'm going backwards. Negative 2. Negative 3, and again, it's pretty easy to count by ones when you're only going down to negative 3. And again, I want my solutions greater than the value. I had a filled in circle because I'm including it, but I still want to shade to the right because my solutions are greater. And there you have it. Let's try one more together, number 7. In number 7, I am looking at the inequality 2n minus 6 all divided by 5 plus 1 is greater than 0. So again, I'm going to solve this like a normal equation. Start off with subtracting that 1. I'm going to get rid of this 1 that's by itself over there. Then I have 2n minus 6 over 5 is greater than negative 1. Then to get rid of that 5 out of the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and multiply by 5. Because 5 divided by 5 gives me 1, so those cancel out. That leaves me with 2n minus 6. I multiplied by a positive. Again, even though that's a negative, I multiplied by a positive, so I can keep my sign the same. So negative 5, and then I need to finish solving this out, so I'm going to add 6, add 6. 2n is greater than 1 and divide by 2. Once again, I have to check what I'm dividing by, but it's a positive number, so I keep my sign the same. N is greater than 1/2. So on my number line, I'm graphing n is greater than 1/2. I need to put in my 0, and I'm going up to a half, so if this is my 1, there's my 1/2 approximately. It's greater than without the equal to, so I'm going to leave an open circle. And my solutions are greater, so I'm shading to the right. A lot of shading to the right today. All right, I want you guys to go ahead and pause the video at this point and see if you can finish number 8. See if you can solve number 8 on your own. And let's just talk about writing inequalities quickly. We'll have actually, you know what? I changed my mind. We're going to stop our video there for today, and we will go ahead and finish the rest of our notes in class tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to hop back to Schoology and take that Schoology quiz, and we will see you all tomorrow.